Hi, welcome back to Have a Chat. Joining us up next is Darcy Gulliver, who is works for Allied Realty, and he is a fairly new real estate agent here in Miramichi. Welcome, Darcy.
Thanks.
Thanks
Hello,
for joining
Darcy.
Thanks for the invite.
It's Easter Monday, you made it.
I love that I have another redhead on the show.
I do too, and I love the color of both your hair. So
I usually feel so
compliment.
isolated and alone.
Yeah. For those viewers who might not know who you are, Darcy, but I've heard your name around a little bit, I'm sure someone does. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name's Darcy Gulliver. I'm born and raised in Miramichi, grew up in Nelson.
Nelson.
The only time I left was go to college and university.
Yes.
Other than that, I'm firmly
Homegrown.
planted here.
Isn't
That's
that
right.
nice to hear that you
Firmly
come
planted.
back?
Yes.
And fairly newly married too, aren't
Yeah,
you?
yeah. I have a lovely wife named Heather. We've just been married for almost 2 years now.
2 years already. She's
Yeah.
a beautiful
Hard
girl.
to believe.
Newbie.
Sure is.
I
Yeah.
Nelson's a beautiful community, and I'm glad to see people take their, trade, their studies away, whatever,
Yeah,
come back with
and
their
come
group
back.
themselves and
Oh,
stay
yeah.
in Miramichi. We need to thrive here.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
That's awesome.
We talked a little bit about the fact that you're a real estate agent, but that's not where you started, was it? You went away to...
Yeah, no, I went away. I went to St. Thomas University and did my undergrad there, and
Right.
then I went on and became a massage therapist, and now I'm
Very good
venturing
one,
into
too.
new endeavors with the real estate field.
Nothing you can't do, really.
No, that's just it. Now, are you doing both, or have
For now,
you
yeah,
swung?
I'm doing both.
Okay.
I'm slowly phasing out of massage therapy, which
Okay.
is bittersweet.
I know it's hard
I hate to
to
let
it's
go,
hard
but
to wean off the clientele that
Exactly.
you've built up.
And you build up
Very,
some
very good
strong
at that, too.
relationships there,
Yes.
and,
Well, that's just it. Those can also carry over into your new
exactly,
line of work.
Exactly.
Well, and Darcy's a very gifted decorator
I
as
know.
well.
I know.
Oh, you're kidding?
Yeah, no, like
Oh.
seriously, he is. Like he really is, and he's done some beautiful showrooms and things like
Oh,
that.
you're
Oh, yes.
kidding.
Yeah, he's
Jack
quite
of all
gifted.
trades.
Master.
Very
yeah.
talented.
Master.
No.
No.
I didn't say that. You did. I wasn't going to
Exactly.
Gifted, very gifted
Yeah.
guy.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And real estate, so how new is this for you?
Very new. I joined Allied. I was asked to join the Allied family, which was very exciting, in August. Well, I first started last spring. I did my real estate course, and then I have done my exam and passed my license in August.
Good
So
for you.
I've been licensed
Congratulations.
since August, yeah.
Yep.
So I've been working with Allied, which they're awesome.
They are
Yeah.
positive people,
Oh,
aren't
it's just
they?
amazing from day one.
What drew you to real estate?
Yeah.
Well, I've always loved working with the public. I've been into real estate or into a lot of different avenues of the business
certainly
over
have.
the years. So I worked at Home Hardware. I've been working at a corner store since I was a grade 8. Like I always loved dealing with people, and this is what made me lead me to the real estate field.
Very community-minded.
Yeah, exactly.
With
I
your
love-
church and everything else, he does a lot of things a lot
Well,
of
you
people
work-
don't know about.
Yeah, you work really closely with someone who's trying to buy or sell their home. You become quite close, I would
Exactly.
think,
You
that
do.
relationship
Very. Yeah,
kind of
that's-
deal. So
Exactly.
it takes a special kind of person to be a really good real estate person and to handle all the ups and downs that go along with it,
Exactly.
because it can be very emotional
Yeah.
for that person who wants to sell or has to sell or needs to buy or wants to
and then
buy.
you run into other avenues too, like when it's an estate sale, like you have family that need to sell the home, but yes, you get attached to your home. So
Oh, for sure, I'm attached to mine.
Well, and it's very personal, right? I mean,
Exactly.
when you're dealing with real estate, and we think, well, it's just buying and selling and building.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're dealing with the memories of the people, and you're dealing with, I know
Raising your
when
children.
when I was buying my home, the previous owner, she didn't want to sell, but she wasn't well anymore, and she really had no choice at that point. And I know how hard it was on her. And the relationship between my realtor and her realtor got really close because of that, because we all had to walk through that journey with her and how difficult it was.
exactly.
But then there's also joy when you're starting a new family and you need a bigger place.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and that's oftentimes what you see too. Is like one of the main questions is when you're out showing homes. Well, why is the person selling? Well, it could be just that reason. Very nice, like they're moving on to a bigger home and
Yeah.
they outgrew that home. And certain
Downsizing,
memories,
upsizing.
exactly. Yeah.
So why should we, for those that want to know more about it, why should we be using a realtor if we want to sell our home? If I was to put mine on the market tomorrow.
Well, there's many different avenues with it. One big feature is MLS system, multi-listing system, which once you established a contract with a real estate agent, then they will publish your home on the system, which will then transfer all over Canada. So I've been getting calls from someone out west or Ontario about properties and homes. So it really has a good network and kind of features out through there.
Very good.
Yeah, and then another thing too, with a lot of the the listing agreements, there's a lot of paperwork and a lot of contracts to go with it. So with that, we know where to go when we know what answers to follow. We know what conditions to add to certain jobs, and so.
Well, I found it. I was reading through some notes that you gave us to kind of get us a little bit more educated, and I found it interesting. The clause that you might put in when you're purchasing with a mortgage that you wouldn't know to do, like a regular person wouldn't know to do that.
Yeah. So basically, like a lot of times when you go to purchase your home, one of the main conditions would be upon financing. So basically, you love a home, you say, I want to put an offer in, you put your offer in, and then you talk about the financing avenue of it. So everybody's entitled to put an offer in. So once the offer goes in, then it's on condition of you receiving financing. So basically, you're securing your spot for that home, but yet, if something happens that you weren't able to achieve financing, then you're no obligation to that home. So that's a condition. So if it doesn't pan through, then you just walk away from that deal. But most people often go through and are pre-approved before they start home shopping.
Before they start hunting around. Yeah. Is it true that when, say, Judy's selling her home and I put a bid in on it, and now depending on, is she allowed to take an offer from another potential buyer, or does she have to deal with me first? Good
As
or
the
bad?
first comer, you mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I put in a bid pending on financing, but there's another bid on the table. Is she actually allowed to hear or see that bid?
Yeah, by law, that with
Okay.
any offer, as a seller's or buyer's representation, I have to present every offer that comes in. So even if there's 2 other offers on the home, the third one still has to be presented. So
Okay.
basically what happens is if your offer comes first, all the conditions are meeting quite well, then it's sold. But say Veronique comes in and puts an offer in on not selling her home, where you have to sell your home first, then Veronique's would up trump yours.
Okay,
Because
so there is.
you have another.
Unless I, the buyer, turn around and said, okay, I want that to be
That's
one
exactly
of
it.
my conditions, that I don't want you to look at any other bids until you've dealt with me, and then it would be up to her whether
Exactly.
or not she
Judy
agreed
would
to
come
that.
back and look at your first
Okay.
offer and say, well, we'll go back to Audrey and say, do you want to remove that condition of you selling your
Yes.
home first, and then you have the right way to go. But if you say
Lots
no,
of wheeling and dealing.
Exactly. If you say no, then
I'll sell my
Veronique.
home today. Now that you promised, I think I'll
Yeah.
just go with it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it right
I
here.
think-
We'll write up the contract.
You have to share it. It's the only way we can afford to put a bid on it.
don't even know.
Even that would work, no?
But yeah, one other thing too with Allied too, if you list with us, there's 8 realtors in that office. So you're not just getting myself, you're getting 7 other people.
Yes.
And
Okay.
it's been seasoned. Like the office has been up and running since 1972.
That's a
Isn't that
long
amazing?
family
Yeah.
business time. Yeah.
And
I know you've started just fairly new, but how do you think or feel the internet has changed the way realty
Internet
is happening?
has definitely affected a great deal.
Yeah.
Right now, like Facebook, all the avenues that are out
Big
there,
asset.
Kijiji, Facebook, yeah.
Well, you can
like-
do the pictures and the virtual tours. You can
Exactly,
literally walk through
exactly.
somebody's home.
Yeah, and open
without-
houses too.
Yes.
We're always advertising them on our own personal Facebook. Like Veronique, you might see mine and share. Judy might see it and say, "Oh, I love that home." I'm gonna
Yeah,
go check that
exactly.
out.
That's a
So-
big bonus right there
Exactly.
to look at the home and
Huge,
see the
huge
rooms.
But because of that, is it a little more harder as far as competition between real estate agents and agencies, because the internet is making it so much easier for everyone to get on there and check it out?
I wouldn't say, because oftentimes too, once a buyer comes to you, they're usually pretty faithful and they usually stick with you. So
Right.
I'll get messages or I'll get a text saying, "Oh, I seen so and so's ad on Facebook. Do you think we can check that out?" Or a Kijiji ad, "Can we check that out?" So then it's just a matter of me reaching out to that other real estate person, and we set up the appointment and go and view the home.
Yeah, go ahead, Vero.
What are people looking for right now? Like, what are some of the biggest selling features in homes?
Big selling features. A lot of people. It's really an open concept.
Is that right?
Yeah, big time.
Not for me, but that's
Yeah.
interesting to know.
No, exactly. No, it's definitely open concept. I think a lot of it now, everybody's so busy. So when you do have that few hours together as a
Yeah,
home, like the
true.
parents can be preparing supper, and then the kids could be open doing their homework over in the kitchen, like in
That's
the living room.
I have to agree. I either want to knock walls down or get a house that has the open concept.
Not I. I like the fact that my house, for me, has rooms that you can close off, so that if I want to
Yes.
read a book in quiet, I'm not going to hear any music playing from the other room, or if I want to have a house party, that I can go from room to room and have people not just in one space, but move the groups to a different area. It's just me.
Yeah.
I'm old-fashioned, maybe.
No, everybody.
So
No,
I'm going to
everybody
keep my
has
house,
their
and
own.
that's right there.
Apparently she's not selling.
We're at a left now, Audrey. We're at a left now,
No,
Audrey.
exactly.
And so our kitchen's a big thing now too.
Yeah, kitchen. That's probably one of the kitchen. Bathroom is probably one of the
Yeah.
bigged things to put
Bathroom.
put your money into. Yeah, it's the first thing people look into is more so the kitchen.
But we spend the least amount of time there.
I don't cook, so for me, I'd have to go for the bathroom.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I cook, and cooking is such a wonderful thing too. Like it's a social
You
thing.
don't cook. That's why you're not in
She
your kitchen.
does. She does.
She
cook.
said she
I don't
doesn't.
really.
You don't?
I don't. Well, I'm more now that I closed the restaurant. But,
Exactly.
But before then, no, I had a wonderful staff of 6 that cooked.
But she can cook. But that's where people gather, right?
Exactly.
That's
It's the
where
heart
the
of the
fun, the
home,
memories are
and
made.
It's one of the big expenses too. Like we need
It
to look
is.
at
If you're going to sink
cabinetry
money
and-
into your home to up, because that's the other thing. Do you give advice on people what to do to their home to maybe upgrade that they will get
Better
you know,
sale?
a
Yeah.
better sale price, or that would you give me
Exactly.
advice saying, okay, you could sell it as is, but this is
Exactly,
going to be the
exactly.
price. And
Like another one big thing a lot of people look at as soon as you walk in the door is your floors.
Flooring?
Yeah,
That would
flooring's
be
a
a
big
big one.
thing. Yeah, like it's when you have one constant floor all through the home, it has a nice flow. It's not
Yeah.
so choppy. It feels like a more consistent.
it
So
seems bigger. Okay.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
you think one floor could be boring, however, the accent rugs,
Exactly,
various
Judy.
throws on the
Change
floor,
it.
you can do
Yeah.
it, and then you can change it whenever you want to.
Exactly.
So he can do all of that too, though.
I know.
Right? I'm like, wait a minute,
You
doesn't
are.
he do that too?
So, what are your thoughts on staging a home then?
Oh, it's very, very good. Very
Yeah.
beneficial. Yeah,
Is
a lot
it?
of time to take out, not so much that it's not your home anymore, but take out some of the personal effects and let the new homeowner coming in looking at it and say, oh, I can visualize the space that my piano can go there or my
Right.
whatnot can go in
Yeah.
this area, and just so the people can have a better look at what they can put in their home to try to get them to visualize themselves. And with that too, like there's so many shows on HGTV
Yeah.
now, everybody's Masters of Flip and
Oh, I
all those
know.
other shows
Oh,
that
yes.
so everybody pays a lot more attention to that avenue of
Yeah.
it.
I think
So
so,
it's
too.
a big thing now to have your home looking as best it could be, as spacious, nice and bright.
And where to spend your money without spending so much that you don't get it back. Now, my brother-in-law who lives in Moncton has this big, beautiful home, and they've been trying to sell for a while. And they did go ahead and had someone come in, and they told them to stage it. You need to put this picture up, change this wall color. You know, minor thing. It was still a few $1,000s.
Yeah.
But the buyer that was coming in, the whole deal, I found it so odd that they wanted the price lowered to account for the fact that they wanted to change the countertops to granite.
Yeah. So
And
that-
I'm like, wow, that's a big thing to
Big request.
ask.
That's a huge
Exactly.
cost.
It
You know,
is.
because their countertop, the house was brand new. It's 5 years old. So, and the countertops were gorgeous, but they were
Not
high
to their
end,
taste.
but not the granite.
yeah, and, that's
And they
it.
were like, well, would you lower the price to cover the cost of us buying new granite and replacing them? And I was just like, really? They asked that?
Yeah.
But you can ask anything.
Exactly.
Right?
Anything when you submit your offer, if you like a piece of furniture, you can ask.
Yeah.
I would like to have that chair stay
Yeah.
or that thing.
Just a question, just coming to mind, is a garage an asset?
Oh, yeah.
It's a
It
big
u-
one?
yeah, it
Yeah.
used to be. I know
Yeah,
it used to be.
Yeah,
But
still
it's
does.
still-
It's still
one
a
of the first
biggie.
things
People really love that.
yeah, and then definitely adds a lot more value to your home too.
Well,
if you
for
have a
sure.
garage.
And the grounds itself. We know how homes can depreciate with what's around a beautiful home. So if
Exactly
you
right.
have a state-of-the-art home and you've just built this beautiful home, and people aren't keeping, for example, their lawns up and their paint up and everything, it can
Curb
really,
appeal.
can really
does.
hurt your
Exactly.
sale, can't it?
It's true, yeah. And like even when your own property, it's good to like keep the lawn weeded, the bushes tidied up,
Shrubs
and-
neat.
Exactly, because you want someone to drive by and catch the eye, because that's part of it, right? Is
Driveway.
Exactly. If you drive by and see that home, like, oh, we should.
want
that.
Exactly. So you got to sell them to get them inside your home.
So true.
Yeah.
How is the market in Miramichi at this point in time?
Market right now is pretty stable, actually. It's very active.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
There's lots for sale.
Exactly. And there's lots moving too. Like I listed a mini home a few weeks ago. I listed on a Friday and I had an accepted offer on a Wednesday. So things are really moving. It's pretty stable. Like it's buyer and sellers both
Market.
are.
So
it's not tilted
exactly.
for
Feel
one
like
No,
it's not one
anymore.
way or the
no,
other.
no, a few months ago it was, but now it's pretty stable and it's right now with Allied, they had an amazing year last year, and then
Great.
this year they're already past what they were at this time last year.
Oh,
you're
nice.
kidding.
Yeah.
Wow,
Wow.
yeah.
And so it must have been quite wonderful for you to join that kind of family.
Oh, it was great.
You know, and they must be quite supportive of you as
It's just
a new
amazing.
realtor.
Yeah, it is. Like everybody open arms when I went
Yeah.
there. Yeah, and you nailed it right there, very neat, because they are a family. It's no competitiveness in that office. We
Because
all
it could
root
get that way,
Exactly.
right?
Sales
it's
and
that
any-
kind of field where sales is
Yeah.
your
Well, it's
paycheck.
it's commission sales, right?
Yeah,
Exactly. No,
That's
they-
just it.
Yeah.
One person bought me my business card, someone else bought signs. Everybody
nice.
Yeah.
contributed in a certain way to make me achieve
Wonderful.
success.
So
yeah.
talking about the commissions part of it, with the other realties, businesses in the neighborhood, is it the standard, like what you would charge percentage? Is it everybody's doing the same, or is that negotiable?
Well, I can only speak for Allied.
Right.
With certain avenues, like depending on price and whatnot, our commissions run anywhere from 5 to 7%.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a lot of factors that contribute into it, like the price of the home, the area.
Whether
things.
you have the buyer and the seller,
Exact.
like they both happen to be at the same, because it can be two different companies,
Exactly, right? Yeah, with our office, and this is Allied's policy, that whatever we offer out is half of our commission. So, yeah, and it just entices somebody else to want to sell your home.
Of course,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like if we list it for 7%, the selling agent would get 3.5.
Right.
So
Yeah.
they, it just wants to entice to sell your home, because that's what basically, if I list your home, I'm working every avenue possible to sell your home.
To make it go.
My biggest fear would be knowing the home well enough, so that takes a lot of homework
Exactly.
to know the square footage and
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
ceiling levels in every room, etc.
Yeah.
So that would be
and it's not
something
just
you're doing.
Monday to Friday, 9 to 5.
No, it's not.
That's what kept me from going into real estate right there.
Right, because yours is
there.
Monday to Friday, 9 to 5.
No, I'm not, but I'm still not.
No,
Not as
willing.
much as him, I don't think.
No,
I think you'll be
it's-
fantastic at that job.
Yeah, I'm really
No.
excited. I'm really excited. Like I said, it's new. I'm really eager to work with sellers and buyers. Like
You're a
it's
people person,
yeah,
very
yeah.
approachable and warm. I think it's awesome.
So the number where you can be reached, in case anybody's watching,
My personal cell number is 625
okay,
8662.
8662. So
Yeah.
if any of our viewers there today are watching, 625-8662.